With us now is Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser, who is one of the attorneys general involved in the lawsuits. Attorney General, thank you very much for your time. What is the premise of your lawsuit?
The premise is the Constitution is clear. If you're born in this country, you are a citizen, period. The idea that a president could seek in an executive order to override the Constitution, it's wrong. It's harmful to people who are here and have this status as citizens, and we're going to stop it in court.
And so do you think that the president's executive order is, in fact, a flagrant violation of the Constitution? I mean, is the executive able to change the Constitution through an EO?
Jose, those are the words I've used. This is a flagrant violation. It is flatly unconstitutional. And I believe that when a judge looks at this, it's not going to be a close case. The 14th Amendment was adopted to override the Dred Scott decision, a decision that lives in infamy because it said that someone born here because they're black is not a citizen. That was overridden. Everyone who's born here is a citizen. That's the policy of our Constitution, and it's part of who we are as Americans, that we are, out of many, we're one. E pluribus unum is our motto. That's what we're fighting for in this case.
And so, meanwhile, I know that Colorado is preparing, and I'm just wondering, from your perspective, what are those preparations for what the president has called the largest deportation force in American history?
My message to Coloradans and to Americans is that we live under the rule of law, not the rule of whim. A president can't do whatever he or she wants. We have to treat immigrants fairly, and there are processes that need to be followed before someone can and would be deported. Someone applying for amnesty, someone who is a dreamer, has certain status, and the idea of mass indiscriminate roundups is not how we do things in America. And if it happens, it's very likely citizens are going to get deported too. And the amount of harm that's going to happen, the amount of negativity and demonization right now, it's not who we are. I am here as an American because of the spirit of welcoming. My mom and my grandparents survived the Holocaust. They were liberated by U.S. soldiers. They were welcomed to the United States of America by a spirit that we want to support you and your future. And the idea that we're having all this rhetoric out there that's scaring people and threatening these indiscriminate roundups, it's wrong. And we're going to make sure we follow what lawyers call due process of law, that everyone's treated fairly, that the law is followed, and that if people are in a process, they get to see it through and can't be indiscriminately deported.
I'm just wondering, Attorney General, where do you draw the line as far as legality, the rule of law, respecting the rule of law, and yet carrying out the rule of law? If people are here and they have committed a crime, though more than 1 million people who already have been ordered to leave the country after their processes were adjudicated, where do you draw the line there?
Jose, you've done a great job drawing the line. This is what's so sad about the moment we're in. There are lots of people, you put the figure at 1 million, who've gone through the process. They have been given due process of law. They are eligible to be deported. That is the sensible place to start, by deporting people who have gone through the legal process. If you have committed a crime and you've been judged as a criminal, you have forfeited any rights to any more process, and you can be deported. Those are cases where deportation is lawful. But if you're a dreamer and you're being threatened with immediate deportation, or if you're applying for asylum or have another legal process underway, we don't short circuit that process. We allow it to run its course to make sure you're treated fairly.
And the millions of people that live in a mixed immigration status household, those are people that also have to be worried about what may or may not happen down the line. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser, I thank you very much for being with us. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.